So I'm an agriculture student at the African Christian University. I'm scheduled to graduate at the end of this year. So I'm a farm manager of Moriah Gardens on the Copper Belt. My sister runs the nursery here. And we grow avocado seedlings. And we grow the fruit as well. We'll talk a lot about that as we proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. And also, just in a few words, engineer, would you introduce yourself?
Good morning. I'm Engineer Chiwala. My background is civil engineering, but at the bottom of my heart, I'm a farmer. And the reason is simple, because farming is the mother of progress, civilization, and development. And in a nation whose agriculture sector is underdeveloped, is also poor and backward. So that's what motivates me.
So it's interesting that you come from an engineering background, but you went into farming, and I think we were warned to introduce ourselves first as farmers, and then what it is that you're doing next. But I would like to, could you tell us a little bit more about Moriah Gardens? What inspired you to work in this field, and just what keeps you motivated?
Like Anna said, we are into avocado farming. It's a project we came across in 2019, and we've been promoting avocado farming. Why? Crop farming like avocado is a generational investment. We do grafted avocado seedlings. They begin bearing fruit after the third year. So we've got to be patient. There'll be no income for 3 years. However, you will have fruit for more than 5 decades.
Nice.
So it's a wealth-building enterprise, tree crop farming, and that's what we've been building. When you look globally, everyone is looking for avocado because of its many applications. For example, making of avocado oil for cooking. Oil. Also, body lotion, hair oil, and the fruit itself is excellent. It rich benefits. So that's what we are doing.
Okay, thank you, engineer. And Hannah, just to bring you also into this conversation, you're a component of the family business. You pointed out that in addition to yourself, you have your sisters who are there that are part of the business. Could you kindly elaborate on how you have made this work? And also, what advice would you give to women who intend on getting into family partnerships?
Okay, so I will elaborate on what has made this work. 3 things. Number 1, the deep love for the Lord. And so in Genesis, we are given the cultural mandate in Genesis 1. And so the Lord has given us a duty to subdue and have dominion where He has placed us. And so the Lord would have me here working with my family. Number 2, a deep love for family. The 2 greatest commandments, who knows them? Love the Lord with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. So my family is my closest neighbor. And so I have a duty to serve them as well. And so I'm incorporated into this family enterprise. And thirdly, a love for this country. Each of us in this room has a duty to leave this country better than we found it. Not just for ourselves, but for generations coming after us. I'm sure most of you have children here. And so your love for this country should motivate you to do what it is you're doing to the best of your ability. And then, what advice would I give to women who would like to venture into agribusiness? Okay, number 1, leaving an inheritance for your children is biblical. And so you need to think beyond just making a livelihood, but building a legacy. And so that is what my parents have been deliberate about. And so they have taught us from a young age that it's not just about getting a paycheck at the end of the day, but building something that will outlive you. Secondly, a godly woman is industrious. And so we must be busy with our hands. So if you're looking to get into agribusiness, know that you will be busy with your hands. and that is what we are called to do. And then lastly, involve your children from an early age. It is not an accident that my family and I are building a family enterprise. It's not something that happens after a conversation about what it is you studied at university. These are conversations that started when we were very young and brought into the value system that our parents had. And so we intend on carrying the vision forward. So incorporate your offspring early on.
Thank you very much for that. And I think it's important to touch on the family aspect and how best to communicate that and having a family speak to us. And also on the generation, I think one of the speakers had noted earlier how Chisamba is synonymous with farming. But if you think of most of the farmers who are there, you don't find a lot of Zambians who look like us. So it's great to have Zambians who are thinking of generational wealth, Zambians who want to build on, and Zambians who are thinking of building a better Zambia. So that is commendable to you. And Engineer, you talked about the avocado. You told us about how it's not a business that you start to reap the benefits now, but it's going to feed you for years. Could you tell us more about the avocado outgrower scheme? And if farmers who are listening here are inspired and also want to be part of it, how can they partner with you?
Thank you very much. In 2021, we incorporated the Lusaka Avocado Multi-Purpose Co-operative. And this is an enterprise where we have members, more than 500 members, and thank you to the Ministry of Agriculture. They've been supportive of us from the very beginning. So you become a shareholder of that enterprise, and each member is entitled to buy a minimum of 20 shares worth 20,000 kwacha. And then you can buy the shares up to a maximum of 20% of the issued shares. So the resources we've been raising, we are developing the farm in Kamwangwa as Lusaka Avocado Multi-Purpose Co-operative. And I'm boundlessly grateful to the director, Madam Soka, who is here. In April this year, she graced the occasion of the Lusaka Avocado Multi-Purpose Co-operative beginning to supply avocados to ShopRite. We are also boundlessly grateful to the Ministry of Agriculture. In February this year, they signed the protocol for us to begin exporting avocado fruits from Zambia into the South African market. Can you clap for the Ministry of Agriculture? However, I have one confession to make. To South Africa, we haven't even supplied 1 quarter penny because we are not able to meet the demand of the local market in ShopRite alone. So we are looking for more people to come to the table so that we can scale up and meet the local demand in Zambia before we can begin to send out. So that is the challenge we're faced with, but it's a very lucrative industry. You plant 400 trees in 1 hectare spaced at 5 meters apart, and in the 3rd year, your story will begin to change. So that's what we're doing.
Thank you, engineers. You've heard that for yourselves, ladies. There's a call to action. I think you should reach out and speak to engineer to find out how you can be part of the outgrower scheme. So back to you, Hannah. You talked about how being a farmer is something that has been inculcated since you were a child and still in university. What advice would you give to youths who are considering taking up agriculture on a full-time basis? And you can also share with us some of your proudest achievements to date.
What advice would I give a young person? Number 1, don't look at agriculture as a fallback plan. Look at it as a profession, something you can take as seriously as you would the corporate world. So take it up with the seriousness that it deserves. My dad was talking about how farming is a mother of progress. And will remain backward for sure. And so we should be deliberate about trying to ensure that the generations coming are fed. And so we should look at agriculture that way. Secondly, the cost of being younger is that you can make more mistakes. The consequences of mistakes as you get older get more expensive. And so you have the freedom to make mistakes now before you perfect your skill as you get older. And so if you start now rather than later, you learn the ropes now. By the time you get into your 40s, you'll be considered an expert. And then some of our proudest achievements, I'll tell you a short story. When we started Avocado Farm, we started with my dad. He would sit in the living room for 2 to 3 hours, sending out information, telling people about growing avocados. And he would tell us, well, people will come and they'll leave money here. And for me, it just seemed like a far-fetched dream because the size of the nursery is not what you would see, like, oh, people are going to actually leave money here. But my dad was very consistent. And people caught on, and a lot of people have been growing avocados. Now, the beauty with that consistency is that after some time, word went out that, you can grow avocados and you can build generational wealth. And because they've been deliberate about involving us, in the last couple of months, I've had the opportunity to take the word of Moriah and what it is we are doing to Southern Africa. I was invited to speak on what it is we do at Moriah. A few weeks ago, I was in West Africa and Sally was speaking about what it is we do there. And in the next couple of weeks, I'll be in East Africa doing the same thing. And so that is something that we are proud of as an institution. Thank you.
That is commendable. Congratulations on the success that you're seeing. I like the theme that is coming up, the building wealth, generational wealth. And if you heard when I came up here, I was talking about how we're surrounded by wealthy women. They do look like wealthy women. So maybe we could get a little bit more into that. And can you tell us the aspects that are essential to building and preserving generational wealth?
Thank you very much. In 2008, I came across a book called Family Wealth by Mr. Hughes. Do we have any people here that have read that book? Raise your hand. Family Wealth? I can actually share that book on soft copy and give the organizers. It's an incredible book that has taught me principles of building generational wealth. And there are key facets that you look at. The first one of the assets that you need to build in order to build generational wealth is intellectual capital, the things you know. In families, there are things you know, isn't it? You treasure them. The next one is the human capital as a key asset to build. And then social capital, what we are doing here, building relational networks, very important. You never know what that person will do. You'll be the one to sign your contract. You'll be the one, Mr. Potter, to sign your contract to supply ShopRite. Are we together? Yes. So once you latch on these assets, then at the family level, you prepare a family constitution, a law like a country that elaborate the governance system we are going to have at family level. The development of leaders, your children and those who come. Are we together? Your value systems, which are anchored on your shared history, those must be outlined. And once you have this family constitution established, you begin implementing it. So we've drawn a family constitution, a law, using Mr. Hughes' template. And that helps you to manage and to go forward. And then you choose the area where you're going to operate. And we chose farming, because farmers have customers morning, lunch, and evening. That's why we are doing what we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anthony. I have quite a lot of questions I would like to continue asking, but maybe it's time to give the audience also a chance to ask some questions. We'll take a few questions from the crowd. We have our first question on my left-hand side. So please let us know your name and whoever the question is directed to. So whether Hannah or Engineer Chiwala.
Thank you and good afternoon. My question is directed to Engineer Chiwala. I just want a bit more detail with regards to the outgrower. I know you've said we can ask, but I think for the benefit of everyone else here, it would be good for us to just get a few steps as to how to go about it. Sorry, my name is Brenda Chombamson. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Can we get another question? So we have straight in the back, we have two hands in the back.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here because I'm part of the Lusaka Avocado Co-operative, where Engineer Chiwala is actually the chairperson. I know on that group we're mostly concentrated on the Hass avocado. When it comes to supplying ShowPrite, are we just concentrating on the Hass avocado, or we are also looking at the local avocado varieties? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Maybe we can have, we had another hand in front. Okay, just, oh wait, we have one more in the back and then we have one, and then after that we can just have the questions answered.
Good afternoon. My name is Moriah from Agribusiness Hub. I'm actually impressed with Hannah when she mentioned that when we take farming, we should take it as a business, not just taking it as a hobby or for leisure or because now I'm retired, this is the only thing I can do. Farming can actually be run as a profitable business. Changing that mindset, running it as an enterprise. Then I want to find out from the engineer what risks are there in your business. Yes, you've told us how lucrative it is and the high demand for the products, but then what risks are there?
Thank you. Maybe we can start with answering these three questions first. So the first one will be more steps on the outgrower, the second about the supply to ShowPrite, and the risks. We can start with you, engineer.
Thank you very much. The way we structured what we are doing in the avocado sector, the members of the Lusaka Avocado Co-operative, who are also shareholders into that farm we are developing in Kawambo, are essentially the outgrowers. So they are the ones, then the cooperative aggregates what they are producing to take to ShowPrite. So the first thing is to become a member, and also because you are a member, the cooperative will be able to aggregate your fruits and take them to the buyer. The interesting thing is that if you are in Chiwala, you take to that ShowPrite. You are in Kasama, you take to that. So that removes the cost of transportation. If you are in Chipata, you take the ShowPrite in Chipata. And let me confess, we don't have enough to meet the demand, even for the local markets. So we are looking for more people to come to the table. With regard to why are we focusing on us avocado, or why are we not looking at other local varieties? Speaking for our family enterprise, we found some very good local varieties that are even better than us alone. One of them, we found it in Mufulira, Muvulila, where I was born. It's a wonderful fruit, and we are propagating it, and out of that fruit we've been able to plant 1 hectare of that local varieties. We've even given it a name. It's called Tina. You may ask, Tina, why? I got it from my elder sister who lives in Mufurila. She has this, her name is Justina. So I got those last letters of her name and gave this drop. And it's amazing. We have 1 tree here in Makeni, but in Quito we have at least 1 hectare that we planted 7 years ago before we knew about grafting. Last year, Tina gave us more than 1,000 fruits in 1 tree. Hello? How much is 1 fruit? How much is 1 fruit you are buying? I'm not interested in your 20 quarter. You can give me 5 quarter, I'm happy. 5 quarter, 1,000 times 5,000 times 400 in 1 hectare. How much? That's what we are talking about. This is real enterprise and building generation wealth. And the last point, risks. What are the risks in avocado farming? When you plant avocados, you need to plant around it trees to protect wind from coming into your orchard. Why? Wind is very bad for farming avocados, the windbreaker. And you can plant mountain because it grows very fast. Be able to shield the plantation. When there's so much wind, you will have a lot of fruit drops. So that will bring you down in terms of what you expected to harvest next year. Of course, they are also attacked. That is the attack by disease. And one of the big problems of avocados is the fungal attack. They are very susceptible to fungal attack and fruit fly. If you see those perforated in the avocados, but there is a solution. For fungal, we found a solution which is found in the kitchen. The vinegar you use tackles the problem of fungal. And there's a method in which we use and mix the vinegar to spray, and the fungal goes. Very powerful and effective. For pests, I have good news for you also. Chili, we have many chili growers here. Look for avocado farmers and sell your chili. You get your chili and pound and put water and spray to your tree, and the pests run away because of the heat. And the beauty is, it's non-toxic, it's organic, and that's what we are promoting. Hannah here has, do you have that fertilizer? This is also a fish fertilizer made by one of our partners that we work with. It's made from fish. It's organic, also for foliar and on the base. Basically, that's what we are seeking to do in this space.
Okay, I was about to get 2 more questions, but I have just been told that we have to wrap up. Can I have more? Okay, we can have one last question. There was the lady in the back who's had her hand out the entire time. No, the one with the glasses and the black jacket. As we wait to get to her, I have one more question. If people want to get in touch with you to find out more and how they can join the avocado grower scheme, how do they get in touch with you?
My number is very simple. You can pick your pen, take it. 0966 999.
I have one more question. If people want to get in touch with you to find out more and how they can join the avocado growers scheme, how do they get in touch with you?
049-660. Anna, what's your number?
It's not as easy as his. 0969 945865. 0969 945865.
Thank you very much. Everyone has their number. Okay, we have one last question from the lady in the back.
Good morning. Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, engineer. Thank you. I must mention, sorry, my name is Mary Conda. I must mention that Engineer Chiwala, I've been a keen follower of yourself on your Facebook page, and I'm happy to finally get to meet you here. I'm not a farmer. I have a background of technology, and so me sitting here is obviously the thought of how are we embracing technology in our agribusiness. And so this is an opportunity for me to ask you, Engineer Chiwala, have you in any way embraced technology and innovation in your business or your business growth of avocado growing? What is your word towards that? I think it's something that we would like to embrace across all agribusiness entrepreneurs. Thank you.
It's a very good question. There's a couple living in Canada, the Dakars, who are Zambians. They've just designed an amazing technology called Farm Admin. They've also been on the board of the Lusaka Avocado Co-operative from inception. So this is an application that is internet-based, that we are able to manage your annual avocado calendar. We have an annual calendar for avocado farming that tells you what you do in January, February, up to December, the things you do. And this application is helping farmers. And interestingly, they've just launched it also in Kenya. These are Zambians who designed this application, and Kenya is embracing it also. So we've been rolling it out to the members of the Lusaka Avocado Cooperative and those from other cooperatives so that it can enhance their information management, its permutation, calculation, and reporting. Why is this important? For you to export avocados to Europe, for example, you need to have a global GAP certification. And this application that we've embraced will enable farmers to become globally certified because they're beginning to manage their farms to a standard that a farmer in America or New Zealand is doing. And we are boundlessly grateful to the Dakar for having designed this system. So we are open even to you. If you have any technology that you want to bring to the table, it's something we can discuss and then grow it up, because technology is key, it's the future, so that you are able to maximize your earnings per hectare. In fact, since the director is here from agriculture, I was looking at the yields for small-scale farmers who are not using technology. I have maize in mind. The numbers are depressing. The average tonnage they are getting per hectare, less than 2 tons. However, a commercial farmer using application like this and technology, average yield per hectare, 8 tons and above. And the break-even point is 3.5 tons. So if you are getting less than 2 tons, you are losing money, isn't it? And that's what we've embraced as also avocado farmers. That we use technology to enhance farming. And irrigation is key. We're using irrigation for this purpose when rain goes, so that we are able to meet the annual water requirements, the nutrition, and all these things. And we are employing organic methods to a very large extent to ensure that we meet those global standards. That's what we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Chiwala and Hannah. Ladies, do we have a round